In today's lesson, we'll be looking at exercises on the properties of indices. And so, if you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe for more updates. Let's get started. And so, we start with this first example, and we have 4 times 69 exponent 0. Now, we can solve this by writing, we know 4 is 4, so we write our 4 times. Now, in the properties of indices, we said that any non-zero number of an exponent of 0 is equal to 1, and we can see 69 to be a non-zero number and has an exponent of 0, so therefore 69 exponent 0 is 1. So that's 4 times 1 is 4. Now we go to the next example, and we have 1 out of 4 exponent 2. Now in indices, we said if we have something like a exponent minus n, then we can write this as 1 out of a exponent n. And so with this example, we have been given the 1 out of a exponent n as 1 out of 4 exponent 2. So we'd have to express the 1 out of 4 exponent 2 as a exponent minus n. So in that case, our 1 out of 4 exponent 2 is equal to 4 exponent minus 2. And so we can continue by writing, we know 4 can be written as 2 times 2. That is 2 exponent 2. So 2 exponent 2. Now, this 2 exponent 2 has an existing exponent as minus 2, so we write it. And so we can continue by writing 2 exponent 2, we know is 4, and we express as that. So at this point, you can multiply the exponent, and we have 2 exponent minus 4. And this can be written as 1 out of 2 exponent 4. And this can be finally written as 1 out of 16, because you know 2 exponent 4 is 16. So whatever we have written here are based on the properties of indices. And so we have a video on that. If you have not watched, kindly watch so that you can follow along. Now move to the next example, and with the next example we have 9 exponent 3 out of 2. And so with this, we know we can simplify 9 as 3 exponent 2. That is 3 times 3 give us 9. So we have 3 exponent 2 giving us 9, all exponent 3 out of 2. Now at this point, we can maintain the base and multiply the exponent. And so we have equal to 3, and we have 2 times 3 out of 2. Now we can see that these two will cancel the 2, and it will be left with 3. So we have 3 exponent 3, and 3 times 3 times 3 is going to give us 27. And so this is the answer for 9 exponent 3 out of 2. Now we continue with our next example, and we have into bracket square root of 25 all exponent 3. Now we know square root to be written as half in indices, and so with this we can write our answer as 25 exponent half, and then we bring our existing exponent 3, because square root, like we said earlier, is written as 1 out of 2, and so we can simplify and we get 25 exponent half, and then our existing exponent 3 comes in. And so at this point, we can see that the exponent will multiply, and so we have 25, and when half multiplies 3, we are going to get 3 out of 2. And so we continue, and we know 5 times 5 can be written as 25. That is 5 exponent 2. And so we have 5 exponent 2 is the same as 25. And then we bring our exponent times 3 out of 2. And so we can see that this 2 will cancel that 2. And so we have 5 exponent 3. And we know 5 exponent 3. And we know 5 exponent 3 to be the same as 125. And so we write our answer as such. And thus we have is equal to 125. And so we go to the next example. And in the next example, we have into bracket 8 out of 27 all exponents minus 2 out of 3. So with this, remember in indices, we said that if we have something like a out of b exponents minus n, then we can write it as the reciprocal of the numbers. So that's b out of a, and the exponent now becomes positive, so we are going to have positive n. So the same thing applies to this one. So in this case, then means we are going to write 27 out of 8 exponent 2 out of 3, and we can continue by simplifying the 27 and 8. But we know that 3 times 3 times 3, that is 3 exponent 3, gives us 27. So that is 3 exponent 3. And we also know that 2 times 2 times 2 is going to give us 8. That is 2 exponent 3. So we write 2 exponent 3. And we bring our existing exponent, that is 2 out of 3. Now we continue, and we can see that the existing exponent, that is 2 out of 3, is going to affect the exponent and then 8 bases we see in the brackets. And so we have 3 exponent 3 times 2 exponent 3 divided by 2 exponent 3 times 2 exponent 3. And at this point, we can see that this 3 will cancel that 3, and we have 3 exponent 2 divided by, we can see this 3 will also cancel this 3, and we have 2 exponent 2, and so we have 2 exponent 2. And we continue, and at this point we can write our answer as 3 exponent 2 can be written as 9, and 2 exponent 2 can be written as 4. So thus we have 9 out of 4 as the final answer. And so, having known this, we will go to the next example. And with our next example, we have into bracket 16 out of 81, all exponent minus 3 out of 4. And so to simplify this, so from the properties of indices, we said if we have a out of b exponent minus n, then we can write it as the reciprocal of these two numbers, that is b out of a exponent n. So that is the exponent becomes positive. And so the same thing applies to the example we have here. We are just going to take the reciprocal of these two numbers and change the exponent to positive. And so with that, then we are going to have into brackets 81 out of 16 exponent 3 out of 4. And so with this, then we continue by writing, we know 81 can be expressed as 3 exponent 4, and 16 can also be expressed as 2 exponent 4. So that is into bracket 3 exponent 4, that is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, giving us 81, and 2 exponent 4, that is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, giving us 16. Now we bring our existing exponent, that is 3 out of 4. And so we continue, and we have now the exponent here is going to affect the base and then the exponent in the bracket. So considering the numerator, then we are going to have 3 exponent 4 times 3 out of 4, and considering the denominator 2, then we are going to have 2 exponent 4 times 3 out of 4. And so we can see that the 4 is going to take away the 4, and this 4 is also going to cancel the 4 here. And so if that happens, we are going to get this cancels that, and we have 3 exponent 3, and this also going to cancel that, and we have 2 exponent 3. And so at the end, 3 exponent 3 can be written as 27, and 2 exponent 3 can be written as 8. And so that is the solution to our question. Now we go to the last example, and with the last example we have 16 x exponent 8 y exponent minus 4, all exponent 1 out of 4. So to solve this one, we know that the exponent 1 out of 4 is going to affect everything in the bracket. And so when we start with 16, we are going to have 16 exponent 1 out of 4 times x exponent 8 multiplied by 1 out of 4 times y exponent minus 4 multiplied by 1 out of 4. And so we continue, and we know 1 out of 4 of 16 can be written as the fourth root of 16. So fourth root of 16. And when 8 multiplies 1 out of 4, they are going to get 8 out of 4. So we have times x multiplied by 8 out of 4 times, when the exponent multiplies, you are going to get y exponent 1, because this 4 is going to cancel the negative 4 and we are going to left with negative 1. Now we continue, and we have now the fourth root of 16 is 2, and so we can verify that on a calculator, and we have 2 here. And when 8 divides 4, we are left with 2, so we have x exponent 2, and we have the same value as y exponent minus 1. And so this is the solution to our question, and this ends the set of questions for today's video. And so thanks for watching. Kindly like, comment, subscribe and share. See you in our next video. Bakomat thinking beyond infinity.